All right, Shalom. Start first by giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. And speaking of those that rule well, this is a land back or a response to the apostle Aryamla about the bitterness, and it's the spirit is a beautiful thing, you know. I have been thinking about how um, the ills or the low moments of this truth, how serious they can be, how frustrating they can be, how bitter they can be. You know, you lose. You're meant to take L's on this side, okay? But we take these L's on this side so we can get the W's when they count, when they really matter, and when times are low. A lot of brothers been doing videos on this, response videos to the bitterness, and I'm just gonna kind of throw some stuff out there. Quote scripture, Lord willing, the Spirit with me to quote those. Lord willing, if this is edifying. Initial thoughts when I was thinking it before the Apostles video came out today, his live lesson came out today on it, was generally about Jake coming in, that's got all these wayward doctrines and belief systems that they've acquainted to themselves. They don't understand the big picture of this thing. Okay? They're just picking up the parts they like and rolling with that. Okay? Which sounds cool, but it's not. You think, oh, I need to know a little bit from here, a little bit from there. But it's not. Because you're going to find the path of least resistance. Okay? Because all your studies are going to lead you down the path of least resistance. Well, this is the path of most resistance, or the straight gate. Scriptures say, enter ye in at the straight gate, Matthew the 7th chapter, okay? All right, many go into the broad way, but few go into the straight gate. There are many that find this way, okay? Because the way this thing is set up for those that are able to make it. To endure, hardness as a good soldier, but to endure all the things that will try you and that will refine you and make you a better man of better character, of better judgment, of stronger faith, a better belief. Okay? But when Jake, because this thing is only, salvation is only for the Israelites, okay? For you Jakes, for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and confusion of faces that have the same spirit through your father line, okay, of an Israelite. You're the only ones that's going to get this truth, and not all of you will get it. The 2/3 won't get it. That being said, continuing on, a lot of people are going to, pry into the truth to see what it is about the truth, see if they fit or not, and you're not going to, okay, because you can't take the bitterness of these scriptures. So immediately when you hear the words bitterness, I'm thinking anyway, Ezekiel, the second and third chapter, the second chapter, just about making you gonna preach to people and they're not gonna want to hear it. That's a bitterness in itself. Okay, the third chapter talking about that they will their heads will be harder than flint. Okay, to make your head hard against their heads, because they're gonna try to come up against you and be all brolic up against you, and rough against you because of what you're speaking, because you're prophesying or speaking the words that are gonna make their lives a living hell. So they're not gonna like it. So there's always gonna be this negativity thrown towards you from people of the world. especially our own people. Our own people are the worst. They don't want to come out of captivity. They love be a freed American slave, okay? Which means you're really still a slave. Versus being a ruler in righteousness in the kingdom of heaven, where things around us are righteous, things that are righteous. And for some people, there's a sweetness that comes with hearing those words. Scriptures speak about the bitter and the sweet. You know, between Ezekiel and also in Revelation, I believe it's the 10th chapter. You know, you eat this roll, and in your mouth is sweet, but in your belly is bitter. Once it digests and sets in what's going on, you become bitter. Okay? This thing becomes hard to swallow, so to speak, when you hear about all the lows that you have to take in this thing. You know, losing all types of family members and friends, jobs, money, positions, worldly positions, right? But what do we do that for? We do it to build up ourselves, well, that the Spirit may build us up in wisdom and in I don't want to say endurance, but for lack of a better term, the ability to endure certain situations, better judgments, okay? A higher quality of living, okay? Because when we're tried and refined, you know, with this furnace of affliction, furnace of adversity, it gives us a better appreciation to where we don't waste our time doing random nigga things, you know? Random, when I say nigga things, I mean random we don't put ourselves in random situations. We're not in the club, in the parking lot, waiting to see this woman cuss this dude out until this nigga pull a gun out and start shooting the nigga that's trying to save her. Whatever, or trying to take her home or whatever. We don't involve ourselves in those situations like that. We do our business, we get the hell out. Okay, we take care of it, and then in our leisure, we spend it, you know, in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? And Satan will be at the forefront of these things. You learn as time goes on, Satan is at the forefront of all these things. He's at the forefront of keeping us afflicted. Okay? But this is what comes with it. Pursuant to the book of 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, we're never going to get the position of appreciation, the position of comfort. Okay, we're never gonna be. I guess in Matthew 5th chapter also it says, "Blessed are you when people revile you, when they hate you for my name's sake, persecute you falsely for my name's sake." Okay, they're gonna hate us. They're gonna offer us up to be cast into prisons, before councils, killing and spoiling the Lord. Okay, all these things come with the position that we're in. But on this side, we lose. On the other side, we win. Okay? Because the glory that we get, when I say the glory, I mean that to be the progenitors of the kingdom of heaven. You know what type of honor that is? We're some of the original men that will be the forefathers of our nation. Okay? That's an honor in itself. To be amongst great men in history of the world. And all in righteousness, everybody and everything being in righteousness, to have workers / slaves do all the work that you need to get done so you can spend time enjoying life with your family, with your friends, with your brethren, in real righteousness, with your children, you know, resting, chilling, enjoying the way life should be. Okay? Not going to work. Like I sit here every day. Part of this bitterness for me on this side, I sit here every day and struggle between how much leisure time I can try to create, but I have to give up rest to get it. Oh, so that was fine. I'll give up sleep. No big deal. I don't need a lot of sleep. Right? Well, that's not true anymore. The job I'm working now, it demands physical sleep to get rest, to rest my mind, if nothing else. My body can go autopilot. My mind in certain situations can go autopilot where I can still stay in this, stay in locked in to thinking of precepts, lining up videos, looking at situations spiritually to bring out into. But that's not how this actually happens in this job. And that's bitterness to me. That I can't just readily shoot videos out like I would want to, like my spirit yearns to do. Okay? So what do? You fight with physical sleep and rest. You fight with a quiet place to do a video. Some brothers have that as a situation. It's the situations will always present themselves in a way that'll be very difficult. Okay? But that's how you know you're on the right path. Don't quit. Keep praying. Pray for the strength to endure all this hardness. Pray for the Holy Spirit not to leave you. Okay? Pray that you can make it through these times, that you can help guide others to make it through these times, that you're given edifying lessons, that you're being edified, that you can get deeper understanding out of these things, not reaching, just that you're getting the full messages that's being put out there. Okay? These things are what's very important and what makes enduring this bitterness all possible. Okay? I'm at work and I get cuts on my hands. Like, damn, I don't like now. I get cut on my hand at work. Now it hurts to flip these pages. Okay? I try to go do some recreation, play a little basketball. My hands are messed up. My feet. Okay? You endure all the then I don't my one off day that I truly do get is a camp day. So you're not actually off your feet on that day. But when you're standing at camp on this hard ass concrete, back killing you, knees killing you, feet killing you, legs killing you. Okay? Well, guess what? Oh well. Because when we get these new bodies that have all these beautiful spiritual powers and all the blessings that Yahweh is gonna give us, man. The other day, and I might float around. I may not walk on the earth. I may float around for the first year or so, and in the kingdom of heaven, I might just float around. Lord willing, I make it, and I get all endowed with all those powers. I might just float around for the first year. Just to do something different than have my feet touching the earth like that. Not to make me high and mighty, nothing like that. It's just a inside joke thing that we mess around with. But just as a thought, because I don't know what tomorrow will be. I don't know what the Most High Spirit He'll give us or we'll have to do. But just thinking that, your feet hurt so bad, you're tired of walking on your feet. My feet hurt so bad some days, and I know brothers go through this. Your feet end up hurting so bad some days that you just want to put them up. Well, you just don't want them to touch the ground because it just hurts. I want to sit inverted, have my feet elevated, in an old rocking chair, up on a stool or something, relaxing. Okay? But Jay can't afford to do it the right way. All right? Because if you don't have the money, if you don't have, that's an issue. If you do have the money, you probably don't have the time. These are all bitternesses that will plague you in this truth, among other things. There will be the bitterness of Jake not understanding, the bitterness of Jake coming up, asking sincere, dumbass questions, missing the whole point of it. You have to deal with demons messing with you, plaguing your mind. Hey, you know, just you know, just don't worry about your videos this week. Don't go to camp, man. Just take the day off, take your girl to the movies or whatever, you know, and then just relax, go eat, and you know, missing the point. Okay, missing the point. These things have to come. This bitterness has to come so we can appreciate when we get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Whether your kids are taken from you and you watching your demon ex-wife, BM, however you want to call it, plague your children, put them in situations to where they can't properly be righteous. You know? All these are things that make this truth very bitter. Okay? Really, truly bitter. You know? So I would always invite brothers to watch the Apostles Bitterness video. This is it here. Infodoc, I believe 11. Also, there's a lot of response videos on it. Check them out. Oh, and we haven't even gotten to the day of the Lord. The Lord is coming, man, and that will definitely be the bitter time. Okay, for everybody. It will be a famine of bread. There will be a famine of the word. There'll be seditions of men. You know, it's gonna be all out chaos. You know, and even if it's not at the first moments physical chaos, it'll be mental chaos. People being plagued. Like there's all types of plagues out there where people just getting sick and dying right now. You know, we got to deal with all these things. This is bitterness of mind. Much wisdom is much grief. Okay, often acquainted with grief. Our Lord was often acquainted with grief. We have to be partakers with the same mind as Yahweh Shai. Okay, it's part of what it is. Okay, because Satan will get you. All right, so I'm going to read the definition of bitter that the apostle brought up earlier. And it's the second definition, not the first. It says, of people or their feelings or behavior, angry, hurt, or resentful because of one's bad experiences or a sense of unjust treatment. When you know that you are an Israelite, a child of the Most High, that we should be ruling the world in righteousness, that Jake and ourselves had messed up to where the Most High plagues us and we're going through all of these curses and everything else. And that's something else. These curses didn't end just because you learned the truth. They don't end. It continues on and on. Okay? So all this going on, and it becomes bitter when you understand that you know all this information, all this wisdom, and you can't change your physical situation. Okay? I know that I should be sitting on a throne somewhere commanding people to get something righteous done. And I can't do it. You know? And I'm not in position to do that. You know? But this is part of what we have to deal with. This is part of the bitterness. You know? Car runs the light, boom, wrecks your car. You know? You can't get to work on time, you lose your job. Boom, that's the bitterness. Okay? This is part, and when I bring up bitterness, every time I like to bring up bitterness, I bring up the bitterness topic comes up, I like to bring up counting the cost. Okay? You gotta count the cost with this thing. All right? There's a cost that comes with this truth, and you have to count it. You have to understand that this thing is not for your, how do I say it? It's not for you to just love um, how this life is. You know, we're not sitting here like, yeah, this is the most wonderful life. That's not. When we begin to feel that way, a swift reminder comes on how bitter this life truly is. Okay? How bitter this life truly is comes sooner than you know. It's always those constant reminders that how bitter living in America, living on this earth under the rule of the goddamn devil, the so-called white man, the Edomites. Okay? Sucks living under them. You can call them the Illuminati, whoever you want. Those elite banking families, it sucks living under their rule and watching them just rule over you in wickedness, man. You know, watching the people around you that you love and that you know would deserve a better, or no, I can't say deserve, but should be in a better position in life under this truth. Instead, they love the wickedness that goes on in this world. That's bitter to tell somebody, hey, you're a smart guy. You know, we're the Israelites. The Holy Bible is the truth. You know, America will be destroyed in World War III, and after the mark of the beast is RFID chip, there'll be martial law, blah, blah. You know, you can break it all down to them, and they just can't see it. That's bitterness. Okay? That's bitterness. You know, that you can't prove the things that they can't see. Well, that's all part of what we have to endure, whether it's mental, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical. Okay? We have to endure all these things. And don't lose the faith and keep praying, fast. You know, it's not just about complete fast. Sometimes you do a liquid fast. Sometimes you fast away from meats. I'm talking about the Nipsey Hussle challenge. I'm talking about, because one thing that was missing in the Nipsey Hussle challenge was prayer. Okay, Lord willing, I'll do a video like that soon. I always bring it up. Lord willing, I'll get into that though. Okay, so I'm gonna end this here. We gotta pray to endure this bitter, because it starts off sweet as honey in thy mouth, but then it becomes bitter in thy belly, and it turns your stomach where you vomit up this truth. It gets so bitter, you know. Going into the parable of the sower, it'll make you vomit this truth up. It says when tribulation arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. He hit a point he can't pass, begin to find an excuse, and now he's up out of there. Okay. You gotta be settled in this thing that no matter what happens, you adjust your mind to deal with the situation and to not fall away from Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And it takes prayer to do that. It takes practice, you know, of adjusting your mind to the spirit. Okay? Because we ain't got it right. We have stony hearts. All right? Lord willing, this was edifying. Apostle's video was very, brothers are doing them all over. Okay? Elder Yashawamba and Dallas, the brothers are doing them over there. Check them all out, man, as much as you can. And if you're just newly coming into this truth, it's vital that you check these bitterness videos out, because a lot of you fruit ain't gonna like hearing what you gotta hear coming into this truth. Ain't gonna like humbling to what you need to humble to coming into this truth. Especially if you're coming fresh out the world. You just barely hearing it. You're not gonna want to hear the things that come with this thing. Okay? what you're going to have to give up on short notice for this truth. How all of a sudden, because you're in the Word, your woman is tripping, your kids is tripping, your boss is tripping, your back is tripping, your money is funny, okay? And ain't none of it funny, okay? So anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise to the Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Arokakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. Shalom.